Welcome. Today, we're jumping straight into the latest Next in AI newsletter to give you the key insights. This is for all you analysts, investors, and execs out there trying to make sense of this rapidly changing space. We're going to cut right through the noise and talk about what's really happening in the enterprise, the huge challenge of making AI trustworthy, and, of course, the big picture questions about where all this is headed. Okay, let's get into it.
So right off the bat, let's start with a question that is getting tougher to answer every single day. The newsletter really highlights this. The line between something a human made and something an AI generated, well, it's getting so blurry that telling them apart is becoming a serious challenge. And believe me, this isn't just a fun little test. It has massive implications for trust, for security, for everything, really. So here's our game plan. The newsletter really zeroes in on 4 key areas. We're going to kick things off with AI in the enterprise. Then we'll tackle the massive explainability challenge. After that, we'll look at the rise of autonomous agents and then wrap it all up with the big picture. All right, first up, AI in the enterprise. Let's see how AI is actually leaving the research lab and getting deployed in the real world of business.
You know, AI is really getting its hands dirty now, so to speak. Companies are using platforms like Amazon Bedrock to build these incredible assistants that can analyze all sorts of sensor data from industrial machines. What does that mean? It means they can predict when a part is going to fail before it happens. For manufacturing and logistics, that is an absolute game changer. And it's not just about heavy industry. Over in the creative world, AI is becoming this really powerful design partner. We're seeing new frameworks pop up, like one called UDesign, that are getting way better at the really tricky parts of graphic design. We're talking complex typography, even non-Latin scripts. It's automating the creation of everything from social media posts to full-blown ads.
Okay, this is a huge trend to watch, the shift from the cloud down to your actual device. With tools like Executor Torch, developers can now run these super powerful models directly on your phone. Think about it, that means faster performance, it works offline, and, this is the big one, it's a fundamental move toward way more data privacy and user control. So all this power naturally leads us to a massive hurdle for the entire industry, what we're calling the explainability challenge. I mean, if we can't trust these systems, how far can they really go?
So the whole idea boils down to this concept of explainable AI, or XAI. It's this simple but profound idea that an AI shouldn't just be some mysterious black box. We have to be able to understand how it gets to its answers. And this isn't just a nice-to-have feature. It is absolutely essential for building trust, especially in high-stakes fields like medicine or finance. Let me give you a really powerful example from medicine. You have an AI agent that proposes a super precise plan, say for radiosurgery. But then it actually explains its step-by-step reasoning, its chain of thought, which allows a human doctor to review, understand, and then sign off on it. This human-in-the-loop model is absolutely key for getting these tools adopted where it matters most.
And you know, explainability is also a massive security issue. As research like the Arbiter paper shows, these large language models can and do leak sensitive data. This can happen in weird ways, like if a user's prompt gets cut off or if the model just misclassifies a piece of information. For any business using these tools, that's a huge security risk.
All right, let's shift gears and peek into the future a little bit. Our third section is all about the rise of autonomous agents. And we're not just talking about better tools here. We're talking about a fundamental shift in how we interact with AI, from tools to actual teammates. Just think about this evolution. The AI tools we're all used to, they have low autonomy. You have to tell them exactly what to do. You're the operator. But these new agents, they have high autonomy. They can handle complex, multi-step projects on their own. And that completely changes our role from operator to more of a collaborator or a supervisor. So what does it actually take for an agent to be that smart? Well, it's not simple. Research papers like Step Deep Research lay it out. They need to truly understand what you want, they have to plan way ahead, check facts across different sources, and manage a task from beginning to end. It's a really demanding skill set. And if you want a thrilling, real-world example, just look at autonomous drone racing. We are now seeing drones compete in these high-speed leagues using nothing but a single camera to see. They're mimicking what expert human pilots do. It's just an incredible display of an agent making complex, real-time decisions with incredibly limited information. Now, all of this is pointing toward a truly revolutionary idea, agentic science. AI agents are literally starting to run entire scientific experiments. They can come up with a hypothesis, use digital lab tools,
analyze the results, and then verify their own findings. This suggests a future of agentic science at scale, where AI can independently push research and discovery forward. Pretty wild. Okay, so we've looked at the tech, the challenges, the future. But what does it all add up to? For our last section, let's zoom all the way out to the big picture and look at the huge forces shaping AI's role in our world. You see, the future of AI isn't just about the code. It's this dynamic, complex ecosystem. You've got the raw technological innovation, which is being fueled by just massive economic investment. But that's being balanced, or maybe pushed against, by our societal values and increasingly regulatory scrutiny. All these pieces are constantly interacting. And this creates a really interesting central tension, right? On one hand, you have venture capital just pouring into AI startups, pushing innovation forward at this breakneck speed. But on the other hand, that explosive growth is forcing us to deal with really serious concerns about bias, misinformation, and job displacement. And, no surprise, that's attracting a lot more attention from regulators. So if there's one key takeaway, it's this. The technology alone does not decide our future. The real impact of AI is going to be hammered out in this complex interplay between what's technically possible, what's economically profitable, and what we, as a society, collectively decide is right and valuable. Which leaves us with the core question that pretty much everyone in this field is wrestling with. As AI gets more and more powerful, how do we push innovation forward while also maintaining responsible oversight? Finding that balance, well, that's the defining challenge of our time. Thanks for joining this briefing.